Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Pixels to Profit. This is episode 4, and today we've got an exciting and a wonderful guest with us, Dr. Suzie Jacob Francis, and she is coming to us live from the UK. And once again, welcome, Doctor. So glad to have you on our page.
Thank you for that introduction, John and Jerry. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being here with you all.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Susie. We really appreciate you taking time out in your busy schedule to, you know, um, do this interview. Can you give us a quick introduction about yourself for
Sure,
our
sure.
viewers?
Absolutely. So, as John and Jerry has introduced, I'm Susie. I'm actually a GP by background, a general practitioner in the UK. I am involved in. I have a couple of jobs. I work in clinical management in a managerial role, as well as I am also a hands-on clinician. So that's a bit of my background. I live here in the UK with my husband, who's a chef, and my soon to be 15-year-old daughter. She'll be turning 15 this week.
Fantastic. Wow, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah. So to everyone that's listening or tuning in, as we did mention, and we tell everybody, like, in this business kind of, sort of is available, and kind of it's available to everyone that's willing to sort of learn and simply, get into know what the online space is. You can be in any profession, and it absolutely works for anyone. You don't need to have any kind of a special degree, or you don't have to learn any special skills. As long as you have the mindset to change and learn something new for yourself, it absolutely works. And as we told you, we've got Dr. Susie today, and we're just going to go through a couple of questions that we have for her, and and we'll take the interview from there. So the first question to you, Dr. Susie, is, as a doctor, um, what do you think of an online business? How is it different from a traditional business?
Yeah, so thankfully, I have a bit of business experience prior. It's not my first rodeo, as the Americans call it. So I have tried a few things before coming to the online space. So one of the things I did was property. And also, my husband's a chef. So about 7, 8 years ago, he was very keen on opening his own place, and
Okay.
he did look into that. So if you look at, like, for because he's a chef, so if you look at having like a takeaway or a restaurant, for instance,
Right.
you need a physical location. Yeah.
That's right.
So you need a physical location, and I'm just going to talk a few numbers, if that's all right with you, because it's,
Absolutely.
yeah, because people get an idea once they know about numbers. So when
Yes.
we were looking at it, and we were looking for a small takeaway place, not even for people to sit, just to get takeaway kind of thing. So you have to lease the place.
Yes.
Then there's the inventory, getting stuff in, getting, then my husband can't be working in that place, so you need another couple of chefs also, because you need your days off and things like that. And then you have to buy things in. Then there's the electric, there's the gas,
Yes. The overhead.
and then you need the license and things like that.
That's
So,
right.
not even considering manpower, we were looking up at a setup cost of £21,000, which was quite a bit of money for us at that time. And then we decided probably it's not. And then, obviously, when you start a business, you need to have a bit of a buffer. So even if
Yes.
we could kind of get that money, you need a buffer, because you have no guarantee for the first 2 years. It has to pick up and things like that. You need to advertise and things like that. So that was bit, outside our kind of budget. So if you just, and this is just getting the lease, probably getting the stuff, not even including the gas or electric. So can you imagine? So can you imagine with the all the other thing, just getting people in also? So that was just £21,000. And for me, and the other, that's one thing. While in the online space, and when I did property also, I had to actually go and view properties, and till about recently, even now I work near to full time, but till last month I was working full time, completely full time. So I had to take annual leave to go view view stuff, view property, because the estate agents or the realtors, as you call it there,
Yeah.
they work from either 8 or 9 to 5 or 6, and that's
Yeah.
when GPs work. Most GPs work that time.
That's right.
So, and when I used to ask them, can I come after 6 to view the property? They're like, even if they agreed, what's happened for me was, someone's taken the deal. So you
Oh,
lose. So there's no flexibility. There's that kind of particular hours only you have to work. So that's one thing. While in the online space, it's a 24/7 business. So
yeah.
it doesn't matter whether you're doing shift work, whether you're doing 9 to 5. There's this flexibility because it's 24/7. Are you doing night shifts? Are you having 1 hour? Like I have doctors under my team, so some of them do night shifts. So what I tell them, okay, you're doing night shift, but you have an hour break. During that hour break, do something, learn something about the business, answer queries and things like that. And they are able to do that at 3 and 4 in the morning.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's how, and that's the beauty. And I'm in a position where I don't need to do nights and weekends anymore. But
Okay.
what I'm trying to say is, what I do is I do 15 minutes before going to work, maybe 10 minutes around work, lunchtime, and then come back, sort things in the house, and then do my for another half an hour. And that's what I do for the business.
That's fantastic.
And it works around me, and that's the way it works around whether you're doing nights or days. And then of course you don't need to rent out a place. You can do it while you're on holiday, while you're at work, while you're at home. There's
That's
and there's nothing like inventory. The only thing you need is a mobile phone,
That's right.
and a laptop with internet, and that's the basic stuff you need. Unlike when we were thinking of the restaurant, where
That's
you
right.
needed pots and pans and other stuff,
Yes.
isn't it? Licensing. There's
Yes.
nothing like that here at all.
That's right.
So
Yes, that's so
it's
true.
amazing, really. The
Yes.
convenience, it's really, really amazing. So it's the flexibility, the fact that you can do it anytime from anywhere, and also that you don't need a physical location.
Absolutely.
Yes, I really love what you said, Dr. Susie. In fact, what you said about flexibility, it's so amazing because our business runs 24/7. So you can literally be doing anything you want and the business runs on the background. And you can, tailor, make your own schedule according to, whatever you're doing outside the business. So really well said. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
those insights. Really,
Thank you so much.
well said.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
Jerry, you want to say what's the next question?
So Dr. Susie, the next question that we have for you is there any investment involved?
Okay, so that's another very common question which people ask us. Now, this is called an online business. This is not an employment. This is not a job. So
Yeah.
anything to do with a business, it requires an investment. Like how I was talking about my husband and me thinking of having a takeaway shop.
That's
So it required an investment. Similarly, this requires an investment. The only place you can go without an investment is a job. But
yes.
a job, you are trading your time for money.
Yes.
While a business, once it's all set up, it runs. Like this weekend, I've got money in my bank. I was actually spending time with my family. We were traveling. We went about 2 hours from there, and then when we looked at the bank account, like, ka-ching, money is there. And I'm
That's
not
great.
doing anything because the business, I've set things up, like it's in automation, it's been set up, and it just comes. And I'm not trading my family time for the money because I've set up processes to make sure that happens. So because this is a business, it does involve an investment, but it is nothing compared to a traditional business. Like the example of the takeaway shop, we had to even just think of just a shop was 21,000. Compared to that investment, what we invest in this business is peanuts.
Yes.
Well,
And the question which I generally tell people is there an investment? Is the wrong question to ask.
Mhm.
You need to ask, what is the return in investment?
yes.
Yes.
That is the question that you need to ask. Now, what I give example to people is because I've done crypto, I've been involved in many other things also. So what I say, like in the past, now if you look at the past history, and this is just history, anyone can Google this stuff, yeah. So
Yes.
if you look at history in the past 40 years, the average return of investment for property is between 5 and 6%.
Yes.
Now you don't get that in London. In London it's about 2%, but if
Oh,
I go up north I might get, and if I do some kind of creative strategies, Airbnb and stuff like that, I might get a bit higher, in 10-12%. That would be very good, but you might not get that also. And that's the return of investments. For stocks and shares and things like that, the average is between 8 and 12%. And if you do like affiliate marketing like Amazon and things like that, it's between 15 and 20%. And 20%, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant return of investment.
really.
But in our business, a lot of people easily get a return of investment between 75% and 400%. When
That's
I'm
right.
looking at the numbers, and these are physical because I'm a very numbers person, so
Yeah.
I'm looking at people's numbers, return of investments, and my own return of investment,
Yeah.
and it's mind blowing.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
mind blowing. And for the amount of work that you do, imagine you had a physical, like if you have a property and you're giving it to someone else, you need to make sure it's looked after, you have to
Yes.
make the checks and things like that. This and all, I do it in my free time. And, the check is whether is there any queries, is what's anyone needing my help or support and things like that. And that's nothing. I actually sometimes sit like, sometimes take my daughter for these classes, and I sit there while she's doing the lesson and I'm like on my mobile
Yes.
phone. And that's how we leverage our time. But can you imagine doing that if you have a shop?
That's right.
So imagine 75%. When I saw the numbers, I was like, I need to be in this business.
Yes.
It was like a no-brainer for me when
Yes.
I saw the return of investment. So it's not how much you put in, it's how much you get return of investment. And that's the question that people need to ask.
That's such an
Yes.
eye opener, Dr.
Yes.
Suzie. Thank
Definitely.
you for sharing those golden nuggets.
Yes.
It's so valuable. And just to add to that, the investment is so affordable. Like, people go out to, have a meal, things like that. They buy a mobile phone, they spend money on things. Might as well invest in yourself, invest in this business, and then see for yourself how you can kind of get returns on that. So
Absolutely. And you will be amazed, the amount of people who would take a loan out to go on a holiday.
yeah,
Yes.
imagine.
And, people take out 6,000, 8,000 pounds for yes, I agree, it's a lifetime holiday, but that's a liability. Take
Yes.
the same, and if you are able to take a loan out for that much, why don't you take a loan out for investing in yourself?
That's right.
Exactly.
And that's what you need to do. And when people say they don't have the money, I ask them, okay, how's your credit score? Like, are you able to take out a loan? Is there a family or friend who you can borrow from? Or do you have a home? Can you take equity out of the house?
Yeah.
And in the UK, we have a 0% credit card. I actually play with it. I invest from one thing to another in property, and I've used credit card. But the thing is, you should know how to play the game. Obviously, you should be because I invest not on liability. But when I take out these things, I do investments rather
Yes.
than I will never take out a loan to go on holiday. I will never do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
If there is an investment property or something like that, or some other investment, that means I would easily take it out.
Fantastic.
yes, because imagine going on holiday and in the back of your mind you're thinking I have to go home and start repaying that credit
Yes.
card or
And,
repaying
and, and not only that, then you'll think, oh, how many shifts I have to do to now to pay off that credit card.
Yeah.
And for me, I wouldn't mind doing the extra shift if it was for an investment. But imagine doing that for a liability,
That's right.
like a holiday.
Yes, very well said,
Said.
Dr. Suzie. We really appreciate
Yes.
that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much for sharing. Those are really good points. They're really standout points actually.
Yes.
The return of investments. A lot of people just ask, what's the investment, and sometimes they get so frazzled by the numbers. But yes, if you actually look at the numbers as you did mention, it holds so much of value, and if they see that, it's
And the
really,
time you spend, because I think the problem is people don't realize, because I've done other businesses before getting, and my return of investments so much more better, and for the amount and effort that I put in, because I've put everything in place, I don't actually spend that much time in on really.
yeah,
Honestly, I don't spend, because we've got an automated system that's
that's right.
working. And once you've learned that, it's fine. You set it up, and that's it.
That's
Absolutely.
great.
Awesome.
So our third question to you today, Dr. Susie, it'll be: does this business really work? I'm sure we've come across.
I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. Let's put it that way. It's as simple as that. It does work. And why it works for me is I think I've already covered it, for the reasons I've actually mentioned. It's the flexibility.
Yes.
I use pockets of time during the day
Yeah,
to work on the business. The business runs in the background while I spend time with my family, and there's no specific time that I need to dedicate for this business. For one day, I might not be able to do in the mornings. It doesn't matter. And for certain businesses, it's a particular time you have to set apart every day, isn't it?
that's
Yes.
right.
And our community itself, there's 170,000
Yes,
people in our community. That speaks volumes. I don't think there's in, because I have membership in other communities also. No, you won't see such a big community of successful people like our business. And I think the things why our business works also, because again, I have been in other membership programs, and generally I've been in Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, I've done their courses and things like
yeah,
that. But when you do them, it's usually, it's depending on what tire you've chosen, it'll be like email contact, or it'll be like a Zoom thing.
okay,
If you wanted the one-to-one, you have to pay a higher thing.
yes,
And basically be for 3 months. Some of the training programs I've been for was for, like, for property. I did a proper training program for that, and it was 12 months. But
okay,
after that, there's no mentorship, while
that's
Yes.
in our community
yeah,
it is lifetime.
yes,
Yes.
It's lifetime, one to one. It's
yeah,
like there's always people asking, like I always ask my mentees, okay, okay, what's up, guys? What are you doing? How are things going on?
yes,
And what have you learned today? And things like that. I continue. So there's always this one to one
Yes.
contact and mentorship and hand holding for life. I have been in crypto communities where I have to pay, every 4 months, I have to pay a membership fee, while
okay,
for us, it's just a one off.
yes,
And that one off is like peanuts.
yes,
What we are talking about, it's like peanuts. It's not even, it's less than £150 we are talking about. And when people say, oh, it's that much to just be in the community, I tell them, when I was in property, I used to do Facebook ads, and I didn't know how to do Facebook ads.
yeah,
I got a coach to teach me how to do my Facebook ads. Do you know how much I paid for it? Just take
How
a
much?
guess. Just take a guess.
I'm probably thinking around, say, 3,000 a month or something like that.
I paid
3,000.
about 3.5. We were very close. Yeah. So
Whoa,
I
okay,
paid 3,500, and we are talking pounds here.
wow,
Oh my
We are
goodness.
talking I paid £3,500. I spent for a 12-week course just to learn how to do Facebook ads.
Oh my
We
wow,
goodness.
have about 6 to 7 platforms, all
yes,
included under £150.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
that
right,
itself should tell you,
yeah,
like, you will never get anything like this. So I knew when I came to this program, I knew that this was a gold mine. You will
wow,
Yes.
never get anything that, and that to the weekly masterminds. It's people going elsewhere and then telling us what they learned in this masterminds,
yes,
or learning other strategies and things like that, and people are so willing to share those things.
yes, absolutely,
And then
that's
when you're in a community with like-minded people, it's always, it's always, you are always having positive vibes. You're always,
yes,
your mindset, we always work on our mindset, because as we all know,
yes,
any business is about 80 to 90% mindset, and it's
mind,
only
that's
10 to 15% is only what you do, isn't it?
right, that's
So
right,
if you have the mindset, so and we have things to help. We have a team to help each other, support each other. When one person's low, there's someone else to chip in and help that person out, isn't it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
As you so rightly said, Dr. Susie, this is truly a gold
Yeah.
mine. It is like when we started this business, we were only 18,000 people, and now we are 170,000 people. So imagine
Yeah.
this business is a success because we have so many people from all over the world doing this business, and that shows that we have a blueprint, a map to show us the way to success. So, so rightly said, this is truly a gold mine. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Susie.
That's right. And
Absolutely
I'll take the point that you said. That when people ask, does business really work, and how you said it, like, if it didn't, you wouldn't be here. Like this, so many of us just wouldn't be there, right? And that itself
like if I didn't think this was more profitable as my work as a GP, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't
absolutely,
waste my time. As
yes,
simple as that. It wouldn't. So if you think a GP is doing it, if a lawyer is doing it,
yes,
if a cardiothoracic surgeon is doing it,
Yeah,
yes,
wow.
we have emergency medicine. I have a pediatrician, emergency medicine physician, endocrinologist, all in my team. We're all doing this
okay,
because obviously it is profitable. And
yes.
if otherwise, if we think our jobs were more profitable, we don't have the time to spend on this.
Yes, totally. Totally with your kind of profession, and the time that you need out there, just simply being there, it takes a lot. You're giving a lot of time, for yourself. And yes, with this business, because you've seen what it is all about, and how it is a gold mine,
Yeah.
and how it's profitable. I'm glad.
Yeah, we
So
have people in our community who earns more than neurosurgeon.
yeah,
Neurosurgeons are supposed to be the ones who earn, even in the US, neurosurgeons are the ones who earn the
top
maximum in a
level.
year.
Yes,
We
yeah,
have people in our community earning more than that.
yes, top level. That's absolutely
That,
right.
Yes.
for me, that says it all. So the only variable, when
Yeah,
people say, will it work? I'll say, we have a proven blueprint. And the
yes,
only variable is you.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
So if you are consistent and
yes,
if you are teachable and
yes.
and if you do the work, you will see results. Now,
That's
when
right.
you will see results, I cannot say.
Yes,
But
that's
the
right.
thing is, you will see results because a person who's consistently doing something, you
Yeah.
know, uh, you know, if you are consistent and you are obsessed with it, it will take you places more than what your passion will.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's
Sky's
right.
the limit for sure. Sky's the
Yeah,
limit.
yeah,
As
yeah,
you said,
yeah.
it may take 2 weeks, it may take 2 months. So everybody's different. Everyone's journey is
Yes,
Because
different.
we all have personal, like some people might have a sick child or a sick relative, and they might need to spend a bit more time with them and might be only able to spend 20 minutes on the business. But
that's
are you able to spend 20 minutes on the business every day? And that
yeah,
20 minutes, are you able to focus? You
Yes.
will
yes,
see results. You will see results.
absolutely. That's
Awesome.
wonderful. That's so
Thank
great.
you for sharing that, Dr.
Yeah,
Susie.
thank you so much.
That's absolutely fine.
So, coming to the fourth question is, how do I know, this business is right for me? I'm sure you've got this question a lot.
Yeah.
People ask me.
Yeah. People do ask me, and I say, you will not know unless you try. As
Yeah,
simple as that. It's as simple as that. And people ask, oh, you sound so confident that this is the business. No, I'm not by any means saying this is the only business out there. I know GPs who are crushing it in the property.
yeah,
I personally know people who have more than 20, 30 properties and they are going on holidays 4 or
yeah,
5 times a year and living the life of their dreams. So I am not by any means telling that this is the only way to financial freedom. Absolutely not.
yeah,
But this has helped a lot of people from the age of 18 to the age of 80. And that tells me one thing: this is very simple.
that's right.
If an 80-year-old can learn the system, I would say, and I don't know about you, I'm 40 plus. So once I
Yeah,
touch 40, I am getting really annoyed that I can't remember when I was in my 20s.
yes,
I need to write everything down now because I keep forgetting otherwise. And can you imagine then 40 years older, somebody 40 years older than me
yes,
able to do this business?
yeah,
That means this business is simple. We're not saying that this business is easy, but it is simple. And if you put the work in, you will see the results. And of course, this is, I feel, for a medical professional, because that's who I am. This works really well. You don't have to take annual leave like what I did previously to do the business. You don't. I've not taken a single annual leave to do this business. I do it around my life.
Fantastic! Wow,
Wonderful.
wonderful, great. That's that's so nice. Yeah, that's definitely just to know, like when people ask, is this business right for me? Yes, it's totally. But yes, you have to get into it to know for yourself.
And we have a 30-day money back guarantee, isn't it?
That's important. Yeah, that's so.
You have 30 days. In 30 days, if you're like, nah, I don't like this, this is not for me, fine. At least you gave yourself a chance to look at our platform, how it is, and it might not be for you. But what if this was for you and you were thinking, oh, this is a scam? No, it's too good to be true. It is a scam. No, I'm not even going to try. You failed already then. You've already failed.
That's
absolutely
right. Absolutely. Great.
Awesome.
Fantastic. There were so many golden nuggets here, Dr. Suzie, you just put out there for us, and a lot of information that's come out of this. Just to make it, what we're going to do right now is just to make it a little light. We're just going to play a small kind of a spontaneous game, like an either or, this or that. I'll just ask you two questions, very simple questions, and you just this or that. So give me a choice, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay, excellent. We would go with
coffee.
Okay, I'm like stuck in between tea and coffee. It's just
I'm a cuppa person. I want my cuppa.
For us, it's like coffee at home. But when I get to work, at the kitchen, they make this amazing.
I am proper British when it comes to that. I need my cuppa. Like it's just now in my blood. My husband doesn't drink tea. Like he doesn't drink tea or coffee. And I say, you are such a weird person, don't you? He doesn't. I'm like, how can you not live? You live without. For me, first thing what I do in the morning is like, I get up, I have to have my cup of tea. Then I come in. I'm a born again Christian, which you already know. So I have to have my cup of tea. Then I come back, then start reading the Bible, meditating, and then I have my vision board. So that's my routine before I start the day. But still, it starts with a cup of tea. It still starts with a cup of tea, though.
That's fantastic. Second is traditional or online. I know what the answer is.
Online.
Last one, rapid fire question: mountain or beach? Your favorite?
Beach.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And you want to do one more, maybe last one?
And you see?
You prefer fast food or healthy?
Healthy, definitely.
No-brainer.
That was a no-brainer. I'm the one who's arguing with my husband here.
Okay.
I'm a salad person, if you believe it or not. I have salads for lunch,
It shows you are so well maintained. We can see that.
I do have salads at least once a day.
Okay, awesome.
Even if it's winter.
Okay, awesome. So we really do appreciate you taking out time, Dr. Suzie. Any last thoughts before we wrap up this interview?
I think I've said it all, but yes, guys, don't let this opportunity pass you by. If you are watching this, I believe there's a reason for you to watch this right now. Yeah. For me, being a Christian, it's when you see these kind of things, there is a purpose, and it's not like a coincidence, but it is. It's like a divine intervention here. Yeah. So you have to use this opportunity, and it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not. But sometimes when opportunities come, you have to grab it. And if you don't grab it, during that particular time, 10 years down the line, you will then have to live a life of regrets.
Yes.
so that you don't live a life of regrets. Just, I think John has just put our websites down there, so that's our website. You can either get in touch with John and Jerry or myself, or wherever you're watching, either in my page or John and Jerry's page, just drop in a message, direct message, and I'm sure we both are more than happy to tell you more about the business and guide you to a life of freedom.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much, Dr. Suzie. So, so there you have it, people. So much of information that Doctor has just shared with us. Those are golden nuggets. To anyone that's watching live, we just want to thank you for giving your time and simply watching this video. To anyone that's probably going to be tuning in to watch the replay, just see for yourself about this opportunity, and we hope that it adds value to you and for your time, and that you are also able to then take a step of just believe that you can also do this just as we are doing this business. And absolutely, this here is a system, here is an opportunity that is working for everyone that's taking that step.
Okay.
That's right.
Awesome. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you once again, Dr. Suzie, for
Yes,
your
thank you
valuable
so
time.
much.
And we will chat again sometime. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.